Welcome to Brett Ridgway's Learning for Life. This is Lesson 5, Part 5 of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain in the series Learning a Tune from Scratch. If you just happen to fall upon this lesson, I'd recommend you not take it. If you want to watch the video, that's great, but I'd recommend you not take it and zip to the end of the video, fast forward, and you will find a link to the tune, to the beginning of the series, lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'd really recommend you start at the beginning so you understand what we're doing. This is not about learning Oh Susanna. It's not about learning a tune. It's about how to take a tune from the very basic melody and, in fact, finding the very basic melody and then embellishing it. And if you don't have the foundation down, you don't want to build on a faulty foundation. You don't want to jump into the middle of these lessons. They're all connected, and you really should go back to the beginning. In the very first lesson, I taught you the first phrase, but I showed it to you how to figure it out by ear using your scale. And we also talked about the scale. And then after I showed you how to do it and you kind of learned the first phrase, I encouraged you to pick out the rest of the tune using the same method by ear. Now, whether you succeeded does not matter at all. Whether you attempted to does matter. I hope you attempted to try it. And then throughout the week, I encourage you to take songs like Mary Had a Little Lamb, Three Blind Mice, Farajaka, and pick those also up by ear. So I hope you did that. In the second lesson, after you had that basic melody memorized, we added bum ditties, we added the hesitation, and we added triple thumbing. In the third lesson, we taught you double thumbing. And then the fourth lesson, we did slides, where to put slides in, rather than, so many people just put them in the memorized piece. So we showed you where you can put them in and encouraged you to play with that. And again, just literally play with it. So today we're going to talk about hammer-ons, and we may do pull-offs as well. We got a couple things I want to cover specifically, so we may throw two techniques in as well. Before we start, a lot of people ask if I have tabs for these lessons. I do not, on purpose. However, I do have a tab book for those who are interested. And this is called Clawhammer Banjo Tunes. It starts off in the key of G. Then after the key of G, by tuning one string, it takes you to sawmill tuning. And then changing one string, it will take you to the double C tuning. So I want to show you real quick, just so you know what's in the book. In G tuning, we have June Apple, Sandy Boys, Breaking Up Christmas, Cripple Creek, Bill Cheatham, Old Joe Clark. By changing one string, you go to C sawmill tuning. By the way, I apologize for the shadow. That is actually the camera that's causing that shadow. Songs in sawmill tuning are Cluckled Hen and Shady Grove. And then by changing just one more string, it puts you in double C tuning. I explain all that. You have Mississippi Sawyer, John Stinson's Number 2, Squirrel Heads and Gravy, Julianne Johnson, I'll Fly Away, Whiskey Before Breakfast, Shenandoah Falls, and Buttermilk Falls. And this does include a CD in the back. You can go to my merchandise page and you can find the book there. So we said we're going to talk about hammer-ons today and possibly pull-offs. To me, this is the funnest part of these lessons. Not really sure why, but they are. Hammer-ons work when you're going from a lower note to a higher note, just as a slide, but this works from an open string. You can't use a slide from an open string. This goes from an open string to a fretted string, or from one fretted string to a second fretted string, or the same string that's fretted. So in other words, on the third string, open to 2, or 2 to 3. Make sure when you do a hammer-on to a second fret of the same string that you do not lift up the back finger. It stays down. So what you can do, even at the beginning, we've got 3 notes that are going higher. So you could go, just as an embellishment, hit the melody open, hit it again, hammer on, then hit the second string open. So there I threw in several. Hammer on here. Now, when you're holding the chord, you can actually do hammer-ons on either string, just for embellishment. So from the beginning. Just as a way of embellishment. So here, you could do the same thing. Just embellishing. So you're not even necessarily going to another melody note. In these cases, you're just playing through with it. Right there. See, so let's do the pull-offs too. Pull-offs is when you're going from a higher note to a lower note. We have a section here that would be really good for that, but also for terms of embellishment, just to play around. So again, just embellishment. So we're playing third string, 2, O. Instead of doing that, let's do a pull-off. So that's just simple. Let's do 2 pull-offs. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try 3. It does. So again, see how you're just playing around with that. Now, instead of going up to 5, you could go to 3. Or, again, you could do a pull-off. You could do it there. I probably wouldn't, but you could. You could even do it there. Sorry. Nah, it'd be too hard. So what I want you to do is just take wherever you do your hammer-ons and do pull-offs. So let me show you something else. When I was preparing these lessons, I was just doing what I'm asking you to do. Just play around. So watch what I'm doing. Pull off on the first. I'm doing 3 pull-offs in a row. Now when I'm doing this third string, I'm not hitting it. I'm just doing a pull-off. A pull-off without touching down here. Sorry. thumb hit that second string. One more time, real slow. Sorry about that. So you saw what I was doing. So when you put all this together, and again, just substitute. Let's try this. So we're going to do hammer on, slide, pull off. Let's see if I can do this even slower. Hammer on, slide, pull off, hammer on, slide, slide, pull off, hammer on, pull off, pull off, hammer on, pull off. And 3 pull-offs. So you see how you can mix all these together. And to me, that's just so much fun to play with it. You know, it's not going according to somebody's tablet. You're mixing it up yourself. You're doing what you want to do. And again, with what I've given you, I don't know if I explained this, but I taught this on hammer dulcimer. And I think there were 15 things I taught. And with those 15 things, there was an engineer in the class, and he said there's actually, and he had the exact number, it was 1 million something ways to play the tune. And I'm not giving you that many. I'm giving you, you still probably have close to that though, if you actually could apply it and mix it up freely, which you're not going to be able to do, and you don't really care to do, or I don't think anybody would care to do, but you just want that variety in your playing. So I hope this has helped, and I hope you're having fun with this. You want to mix up your triple thumbing, your double thumbing, and again, it'll come naturally. And then you want to add your slides and your hammer-ons and your pull-offs. And again, just try mixing the hammer-ons and the pull-offs. Even though one's going higher, one's going lower, you can do higher, low, high, like a hammer-on, pull-off, hammer-on for embellishment. Anything like that would go. So just play with it. Make sure you stay in time and see what you can come up with. And I'd love to hear how you're doing with this. I'd love to see some comments. I'd love to see you post if you're on Facebook or something. I'd love to see what you're coming up with here, because it can be a whole lot of fun. And so thank you. And thank you for taking these lessons and sharing these lessons. And please do comment, because I really do want to know how you're doing. And please like. Thank you, patrons, for your giving, for your generosity, for your willingness to invest in this program, in your own learning process. We do truly, truly appreciate it, and it's needed. Otherwise, I'd have to charge for these lessons, and I certainly would never want to do that. I want to keep this as a free learning library that you can go to 24/7, and you can learn. And by the way, you can take these lessons and learn from picking up a banjo, never touching one before, to, I would say, as a somewhat advanced player just by following these lessons. So what you need to do is just start over. You know, if you have to, take your time doing these lessons. It's not a rush, because they're there for you. But thank you, patrons, for being the heart and soul and foundation. Could not do it without your help. You're truly a blessing. Thank you for giving back. And we will see you all on your next lesson. God bless.